What is up, guys? Dzeeff here, and I'm coming at you with a little bit later of a video than I normally post. I didn't really get a chance to get to the store as soon as I thought I would, but in today's video we're going to be opening a Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution, which is the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game that came out, and I also want to open a couple packs of Rising Rampage because they were just at the GameStop, and I don't think they were on sale, but they were pretty cheap. So in today's video we're going to take a look at this game. I'm going to read the back, and I haven't actually read the cards inside it, so we'll kind of be reading them for the first time. I know that they're all Cyberus related, or at least I think they are, and I think that the Link 2 is like halfway decent, if I remember some people talking about it a while ago. But overall, this is like the new game, and I just want to say that I grew up on Yu-Gi-Oh! Like video games. It's actually how I learned to play the game for the first time. It was like an old 2002 Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game for the Game Boy Advance, and even though that is a pretty big part of my life as far as like my beginning roots of Yu-Gi-Oh! I haven't really played a lot of them recently. I didn't play like the original version of Legacy of the Duelist, and I didn't really play a lot of the later Tag Force games, but I still like Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games, and the reason that I'm buying this, we'll see if it says on the back. We'll read the back and see what it says. So on the back, it says, "It's time to duel. Believe in the heart of the cards and create your legacy." And then it looks like it has French and Spanish on here, I believe. So it's kind of interesting that they didn't make different backs for that. And then it says, "Relive moments in duels from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animated series. Build your deck from over 9,000 cards and challenge duelists around the world." Then it lists some of the stuff in the back. So it doesn't actually list the reason I'm buying it. Oh, it says, "Circuit combined. Discover endless strategies with a new Link Monster card." So this is the first video game, I believe, since Link Monsters have come out. It didn't actually say the reason I'm buying this on the back, but the reason I like this so much isn't for the story mode. I'm not a huge Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime fan. I mean, I watched it when I was a kid. The reason I want this game is because it has Battle Pack Draft, and if you know me, you know that I really, really like Battle Pack 3. And you might be saying, hold on, Battle Pack 3 isn't even in this game, and that is true. I don't know if they couldn't program it correctly. I don't really know if they didn't care enough, because it's like not many people actually like Battle Pack, but I do. I'm a huge fan. Yeah, so Battle Pack 3, which is like the perfect Yu-Gi-Oh! Format that I've talked about so many different times in so many different videos, is not in this game, which is very, very sad. I would have loved to stream that. I probably would have streamed that like every single day of my life. I love Battle Pack 3 so much, but it does have Battle Pack 2, which is pretty good. Then it has Battle Pack 1, which I would highly recommend against playing. Battle Pack 1 is horribly imbalanced. Definitely, they didn't know what they were quite doing at that point, which is fine. It was their first attempt at a Battle Pack, but it is, I just can't play Battle Pack 1. It's so bad. But Battle Pack 2 is pretty decent, I guess. It's just no Battle Pack 3. But I'll play a lot of Battle Pack 2. I guess I should have mentioned earlier as well, I'll probably be streaming this game later tonight if you're watching this on the Tuesday that the game comes out, and I'll also be streaming it probably on Wednesday as well, maybe a little bit on Thursday, and then a lot when I get back from the YCS Portland, which is this weekend. So the first card, we have Prog Leo, Cyberus Link monster with 2 arrows pointing to the left and to the right, and it takes 2 monsters except tokens, so really, really generic. Then it says, during your main phase, if you control this Link summon card, you can banish this card and one of your monsters. This card points to, then target 1 Link monster in either graveyard, special summon it by banish it when it leaves the field, and it's a hard one to turn effect. It's actually kind of neat. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Of course, you can't do this if you put it in like the extra monster zone and then put a monster, you can't put stuff next to it, but if you summon a Link monster first, then put it down there, and then you got a guy next to it, you can special summon something. Hopefully, the idea with this card is that you're summoning like a Link 3 or 4 monster, hopefully a 4 monster specifically, 4 or higher. I guess there is like a Link 5 monster in the game, technically coming out in the future. But if you just use this thing to like bring back a Link 3 monster, it's not really that good, because you could have just made a Link 3 anyway, but it's still kind of a cool card. Then also can like get stuff out of your opponent's grave. And we have Microcoder, okay, Cyberus. If a Cyber monster uses control, will be used as link material for a Code Talker monster. This card and this card in your hand can also be used as material, so that's kind of cool. It's kind of what the Altergeist monster does that's in the anime or whatever. And then it says, if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard as material for a Link summon of a Code Talker monster, you can add either 1 Signet, Spoiler Trap from your deck to your hand. That's really good. It adds Signet Mining, or other cards that I don't know about because I don't play Cyberus monsters. Or if this card is in field as material, you can add a 4 with Cyber monster instead. Oh. That's actually like kind of interesting. Does this make like Code Talkers like kind of relevant? I don't know. That's kind of neat though. So it says, if a Code Talker monster or monsters is special summoned from your extra deck to your field, except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters, add 1 Cyrus monster with the same attribute from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Cyberus monsters. Even if this card leaves the field, you cannot add other monsters with that same attribute to your hand by the effective Signet Codex this turn. And it's a hard, or Signet Codec this turn, and that's a hard one this turn, so that's kind of interesting as well. well. Will this card see competitive play? I'm not sure. I saw some people talking about the Link Monster and Salem Mangrates. I don't know if it's like super relevant because you don't actually have like any big Link 4s you're climbing to, but it's whatever. And then we have the little tiny Switch, I don't even know what they're called, the cartridge, I guess, in there. And man, it's been a while since I bought a physical card game physical game for the Switch. I just kind of do the digital download thing, but because I wanted like the promo cards, I thought I would do an actual opening of the real box. So we can just kind of put that to the side, get that out of there, and then we can open a couple of these Rising Rampage packs that they just so happen to have at that GameStop location. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't know, the GameStops around me, they seem to have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I know that a little while ago their prices were like terrible. They were just so expensive. But it seems like right now the prices at these GameStops are at least halfway decent. And I bought, I remember a couple weeks ago, right? The legendary Duelist 2, the decks or whatever that I bought, those are from GameStop. That was found there. And we eventually discovered that those were not like super rare. They were actually, in fact, being reprinted. But I thought they had like some packs there. They had a lot of speed dueling packs. I think that speed dueling packs are like the way for those stores to have the safest inventory, because anyone coming in that's buying this game for like the anime references are going to be like, oh, speed dueling, that has a picture of Joey on it. That's so cool. It's a picture of Kaiba on it. That's amazing. Even though, to be fair, this actually does have like all the different protagonists on the front, which is kind of cool. But I guess a lot of people are just like getting it for the nostalgia. And I, in fact, I did in fact lie to the GameStop employee. He asked why I was buying it, and I said, oh, I just wanted to relive my childhood playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! And he was like, oh, cool. And then, in reality, I still play Yu-Gi-Oh! As an adult. Anyway, I usually don't do that, but just because he specifically asked, why are you buying this? I was like, it's whatever. Okay, so we have Samorg, Bird of Protection, Barricade Borg Blocker, which I don't actually know, was this even in the top 4 striker players list? I saw his deck profile. I don't believe this was in there. Maybe he went over it really fast, but I believe that card should be played in strikers. Samorg Sky Battle, Volt Tester, which was in my underrated cards video. I like the card a lot. Hypernova Blast, banish face down from your hand and or face on the field 2 monsters that cannot be normal summon. Draw 2 cards, and it's a hard once per turn effect. Vessel for the Dragon Cycle, which is pretty decent in a 10-yi deck. Fury of Fire, the common Yosenju or Orochi Channeling, Cataclysmic Cryonic Coldo. Man, these are like some tongue twisters that they're throwing on these cards. Put that Hypernova Blast. Man, I saw some people with the Appaloosa Prismatic, what do they call it? The extra secret rares. Konami, like, at this point does not have an official name for the weird secret rares that they put in these, but I saw a lot of those floating around in extra decks at the UDS. People are really picking those up at, like, what, $300 a copy, just to flex on people. Reversible Beetle, Defender of the Labyrinth, Smorg Bird of Beginning, Dwimmered Glimmer, White Aura Monoceros. We have this card, which I believe was the sneak peek promo card. It's so weird that they're putting like the sneak peek promo cards as what are usually like rares in the set. They used to be like, I mean, Dark Grepher was a secret rare in the main set, and then it's a super as a sneak peek promo. Or like Reborn Tengu was a super in the set, and it was an ultra for sneak peek promo. So it's kind of weird that nowadays they just, the last like 2 years, pretty much since Link Monsters came out, they've started putting sneak peek promos as like commons and rares from the set. Rescue Interlacer, Dream Mirror Fantasy, Marincess Sea Star, and we got an ultra rare. We got Morpheus, the Dream Mirror Black Knight. Okay, Samorg Bird of Bringing, whatever that guy is. Set Uppercut, Elbor's Sacred Lance of Samorg, and Yosenju Izna. So that is it for this Rising Rampage opening. Man, this set is like so bad. I don't know why I bought this. I was like thinking to myself when I was looking at these, looking at the packs that they had. They had like Dark Neostorm, which I think would have been probably like a better choice, even though that set's like really, or a lot older. This one, not really old, but it's a lot older than like this one because it's like what, 2 sets ago, 1 set ago, who knows? It's just 1 set ago. What am I talking about? But I was like, no, I just want to buy like the newest set or whatever. But man, this set just has so much garbage. But it's fine. I should have bought the Dark Neostorm. That's what we've learned in today's video. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's discussion video a little bit, just opening a Legacy of the Duelist, reading these new cards the first time. It's cool. There was actually a lot of really good video game promos. I remember I made a video a couple months ago, maybe like 6 months ago, not a couple, about like the best video game promos in Yu-Gi-Oh history, and there's like a lot of really competitive ones out there. So I don't know if these ones are going to fall into that category, but they could be good, especially in the future with more Cyberse monsters and Code Talker cards being printed. And yeah, like I said, sort of near the beginning, I will be streaming this over the the next couple days, and especially the next couple weeks after YCS Portland. But I obviously won't be streaming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday because I'll be in Portland, but at least Tuesday, Wednesday, and then next week, probably like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. I'll be streaming a lot of Battle Pack 2, assuming that it's not terrible or whatever. I mean, the format's pretty good, I guess, but assuming it's not, assuming I can play it without having to just continuously play the story mode, because I don't really care about the story mode, I just care about the Battle Pack. So as long as I can just, like, once I unlock Battle Pack 2, I can just keep playing Battle Pack 2 without having to play too much of the story mode to get, like, the credit to actually buy the Battle Packs, that'll be fine, but we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you later on tonight, maybe, in the stream, maybe tomorrow in the stream as well, and yeah, I'll see you later. Goodbye.